Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know, my name is Blessing Makosha Park and I'm a practicing barrister and the founder of Blessing at the Bar. I created Blessing at the Bar to provide content and resources for aspiring and practicing barristers, and I hope that you find today's video useful. Today we're talking about something very important if you're on your bar course journey, and that is qualifying sessions. In order to be qualified to be called to the bar, you need to complete a minimum number of qualifying sessions, and in my day it was 12, but it has changed to 10. But what exactly are those sessions? What should you expect from them? What are they like? And how do they work as part of your barrister training? Don't worry, I've got you covered. So let's get started and talk about qualifying sessions and what to expect. In simple terms, qualifying sessions are mandatory events organized by your Inn of Court, which every aspiring barrister needs to attend before being called to the bar. These sessions are educational in nature and serve to help you develop key skills and develop your understanding of a career at the bar. They're not just about education though, they're also a brilliant opportunity for you to get networking, because whilst you're there, you're going to meet other students, barristers and legal professionals, and those are connections that can be very useful later on in your career. They can also include a range between formal dinners, lectures, advocacy training, and even residential weekends. In terms of formality, yes, some of them can be very formal. Think of black tie dinners and formal events where etiquette is just as important as the content, but don't worry, they're not as intimidating as they sound, and once you've got a few under your belt, you'll feel very comfortable navigating very professional settings. Ultimately, these sessions are designed to round out your legal education, so not just the practical elements of working as a barrister, but also the soft skills of networking, the practicalities of being a barrister, the different types of relationships you have to maintain, and ultimately the culture of the bar. They get introduced to you through qualifying sessions. So don't consider them as an afterthought. They're actually a really important part of your overall progress to being a barrister. Each inn has different types of sessions, different styles, but ultimately they all serve the exact same purpose, which is to prepare you for your career. I think qualifying sessions are really unique, and I don't know many other professional careers that has something like that, where in order to qualify, you need to attend and participate in learning events. I think that's very unique to the bar. I mean, if there are other professions that anyone is aware of where you are able to do that as well, then please let me know in the comments. But that's what I find, that was one of the things that I always found most interesting about a career at the bar, was the fact that I was gonna attend these dinners. In my mind, they were so cool, the idea of going to them, and I really liked it. So qualifying sessions are actually quite enjoyable and an interesting part of your bar journey. So let's talk about the different types of qualifying sessions that you might attend during your bar course. Depending on your inn, you'll have a mixture of events to choose from, and they generally fall into main categories. So the first category is advocacy training. So these sessions are designed to give you practical experience in advocacy, and that includes through mooting, workshops, or sessions to enhance your courtroom skills. These are very, very invaluable sessions, and for me, these sessions really took the work we were doing on the bar course off the page, so to speak, and gave me an experience and a flavor of what it's actually like in court. These sessions allow you to refine your technique in a supportive environment that's generally quite relaxed and open towards your development and constructive feedback, and it's good to get that experience before you set into court and have to do it for real. The other type are lectures and seminars. So these are sessions where experts from the legal profession will discuss various topics that are relevant to your future career. You'll hear from well-experienced and seasoned barristers, judges, and academics sometimes, and they will give you insights that you're not just going to get from reading the cases in your books. They're also going to provide you with the opportunity to have Q&A sessions, and you can ask questions that you otherwise can't ask of people who are very influential and impactful to your career. So this is a great time. Just to say as well, as a further piece of context, even now, at the stage that I'm at, I'm still attending lectures and seminars, and attending them is a very important and very major part of a bar career. And so you find that you're continuously learning, and it's a process of continuous education. There are also obviously dinners and networking events, and they are very formal dinners. So yes, that is included in qualifying sessions, and they can seem a little bit daunting, especially if you've never attended a black tie dinner before. But they are actually a really great networking opportunity and a great opportunity for you to meet new people. You can sit next to anyone. So you can sit next to barristers, judges, other bar students, and you can really get a chance to connect with people. The conversations that you have there also are really interesting and invaluable, and often they turn into practical advice and actually tips that you can apply to advance in your career. Another type of qualifying session that you might attend are residential weekends. So some inns also do residential weekends, and this is where you spend a couple of days at a venue with fellow students and barristers, and you participate in workshops, talks, and practical exercises. These are really great because you get completely immersed in the experience for a few days, so it's quite concentrated and very focused, and it really allows you to bond with other people and learn a lot within a short space of time. I have done residential weekends both as qualifying sessions and as a pupil barrister, and they've been very, very helpful and invaluable. So shout out to Inner Temple, because they have provided brilliant education and training from my bar course all the way up now to where I currently am in practice. So how do you make the most of these qualifying sessions? So they're not just about attending and sort of ticking off your checklist box of things you have to do. What you really want to do is engage with these opportunities and take full advantage of what they offer. The first thing you want to do is be prepared. I always say have a strategy, have a networking plan, be ready to achieve certain aims when you attend networking events, and that requires you to do some preparation before the event. So if you're going to a lecture or a seminar, you can research the topic. So that can be a very great way and easy way for you to be ready to have meaningful and insightful conversations about the topic, and also prepare you for questions as well. Also, if you know who the speakers are, you can look them up and understand their background. That can help you, again, with more meaningful questions and participating more fully and connecting with people over the content. I'll repeat it again, network, network, network. So don't underestimate the power of networking. These sessions are filled with people who can become your colleagues, your mentors, or even your future clients. So it might feel very awkward at first, but breathe through it, get through that, and make the effort to introduce yourself, ask questions, and follow up with people afterwards. I can't tell you how many opportunities that have actually come my way just from conversations I've had at these events, and by having a business card that I can share with someone to facilitate us connecting afterwards. Do take notes. To this day, as I'm in practice, I also have myself a database on my Notion for seminar notes. So when I attend educational seminars or training sessions, I fill those notes out the same way I would do lectures and seminars. And make sure that everything useful or insightful that you hear during the session, you note down. It's very easy to forget details when you're sitting through very long legal lectures or discussions. You know, we love the law, but we can be honest that it can be a little overwhelming to hear and retain all of the information that you hear at the session. So do try and write notes, which can come in very handy when you're doing work, doing studies, or preparing even for pupillage interviews, because you'll have notes there, so you'll be able to talk more meaningfully about what you saw and what you heard and what you learned. Something that I am going to mention, because if you know me and you're familiar with me, you know that I do like my fashion, and I've always talked about the importance of how you dress. So do dress appropriately for these events. For the more formal dinners and professional events, make sure that you're dressed appropriately. It sounds basic, but showing that you respect the formality of the occasion reflects very well on you. And if you want me to provide any sort of like legal fashion tips for formal events or day-to-day dressing, then do let me know in the comments, because I really enjoy doing that. But yes, do make sure that you check the dress code. And if you need any inspiration, if you're not sure, just reach out to anyone who's gone to these types of events, and they can provide you with some support as well. So lastly, let's talk about what actually happens on the day of a qualifying session. So if you're familiar with my very early videos, you'll know that I have a video from maybe 5 years ago of me attending a qualifying session. So do look at that if you want to see a little throwback video from when I was a very, very baby barrister, just going to my qualifying sessions and doing what I needed to do on the bar course. But just to recap now, let's talk about what actually happens. So first of all, what you're going to want to do is arrive early. You'll need to sign in. Some inns, understandably, are very strict about punctuality. So they have a lot of content to get to, a lot of people that they need to accommodate, so you need to be on time. Also, arriving early gives you a chance to settle in and maybe even chat to people before the event starts, which can be a good way of breaking the ice and sort of warming yourself up for the networking that happens later. Do engage during the event. So with these lectures or seminars especially, you will probably be provided like with a handout or something that will allow you to guide through the content. And then there'll be an opportunity for a Q&A. So during that Q&A is your chance to really engage, put your hand up, ask questions, and clarify points and get additional insights from the speakers. So do try and do that because these events are going to be designed around you doing that. And then there's the post-event networking. So after the session usually comes an opportunity for you to chat with other attendees and speakers. Don't run away, like don't just go to the event and then dash out the door, but do stay, and this is one of the best times to network. Have a few conversation starters ready to go so that when an opportunity presents itself, you don't get overwhelmed. And don't be shy about asking for advice or discussing your future career plans. You never know what information someone might have that might assist you. So that is pretty much it on what to expect from your qualifying sessions. I hope that this video has given you some clarity on what's involved and how you can make the most of your qualifying sessions. Do remember though, these sessions aren't just a mandatory requirement. It's also an opportunity to build your skills and network as you work towards becoming a barrister. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on more content. And as always, check out blessingatthebar.com for more content and resources to assist you on your journey to being a barrister. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.